Our last award is our absolute highlight. It's the Tommy's Champion Children Award, sponsored by Build-A-Bear Workshop.
This final award recognises those born prematurely and how they've triumphed over overwhelming odds. We have 3 very special children whose phenomenal journeys are being recognised here today. To present this award, please welcome from Build-A-Bear Workshop, Charlotte White.
One of our children, Carson, was unfortunately not able to be with us, wasn't able to make it today. But thanks to Build-A-Bear Workshop, Tommy's was able to present him with his trophy earlier this week at a mini awards ceremony just for Carson near his home in Liverpool. Now, the video we're about to watch shows what these little ones have all had to overcome in their young lives.
Carson was born on the 19th of February 2010. He was born 13 weeks early and he was £2 at birth. He wasn't a live birth and took 4 attempts to resuscitate him, and straight after birth he was taken away to the SCBU unit and ventilated. It was 24 hours before I got to see Carson for the first time.
Didn't open his eyes for the first 6 weeks of his life, and the first time he opened his eyes was the first time that he'd seen his mum and dad.
The first 2 years of Carson's life I lived at Alderey Hospital away from my other children and my partner.
Me and mum don't have time to spend together as much as we used to, and it's like a full-time job really, just caring for Carson.
From day one we was told that Carson wasn't going to survive the first night, and we was told to say goodbye, but we knew he had a fighting spirit inside him, and that is why we nominated him. Winning the award means a lot of recognition for all of us as a family.
It's just another way of saying well done to him.
He weighed 690 grams, which was £1 8 ounces. They thought that he'd got this necrotising enterocolitis, which they call NEC, which is an infection that only happens in premature babies. Very dangerous.
The doctors and the nurses are crying, they're in tears. When you're seeing the professionals so upset, you know things are pretty bad. There's a doctor there, Dr. Akuma. I feel very lucky he was on that night because he basically saved my son's life. It was that many tubes going into him. That's have 2 racks for the drugs.
He crawls around like a little mad thing when he wants to get somewhere, and he's now starting to walk with us, holding his hands, supported. And he is getting there, but making slow steps, but they're massive steps to him. And you know, when we look back to that day that we were told he might never walk, he might never live, he's come such a long way, and he's just such an amazing little boy and just such a real fighter, and he's just really happy. I just wanted the world to know how proud we was of Oscar.
My first sight of her was she was still in a membrane. She was actually born in a membranes, which they think may have saved her life because it was a natural delivery. And it was like a big red Easter egg. They resuscitated her, got her on the ventilator, and they actually put her inside a Tesco freezer bag to transfer her down to the neonatal ward, which was 3 floors below, because that kept her temperature. They came and told me I'd had a girl. Didn't know until then. It's about 40 minutes later. She weighed 560 grams, which is £1.3, or roughly one of the small bottles of Coke. She was about that length as well.
Her first 4 winters, she had spells in hospital in all of them with variations of pneumonia. And she developed a pneumothorax, which is air around the outside of the lung. The lung wouldn't inflate, and I watched her go blue and stop breathing right in front of me, which I don't think I'm ever going to forget.
In total now, she's had 7 pneumonias and 3 collapsed lungs. She's a champion because she doesn't let what happened stop her.
I'm going to survive. I think it's going to be like winning something at the Olympics to me.
What amazing children they all are. Ladies and gentlemen, please now put your hands together and welcome our champion children, Ellen and Oscar.